Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Justin and welcome to Tanuki Media. I'm here today to cover a specific little device that we know as the Logitech G Cloud. This is a little small device with cloud gaming in mind. The question is it worth it though? I'd gotten my G Cloud in the middle of March at Best Buy. It was on sale for $300. It's typically $350. And you know, I didn't have any intentions of actually owning one. I mean, I have a phone that can actually do the same type of thing. I have the accessories too, so I can pretty much do the exact same thing as the G Cloud. But like, despite all that, I couldn't help but be intrigued by it anyway. I mean, there's something about like the whole white body with like the black bumper and triggers, and then the nice like yellow accents that just was, I don't know, it always drew me in. And I also needed a video idea for the first thing for Tanuki, given that I focus on gaming accessories and deals and whatnot. So, oh, also not to mention, it looks like a goddamn Nintendo Switch. I mean, look at these two. They're essentially the same thing. Speaking of which, the weight distribution for these guys are pretty much kind of the same. I would say it's a little bit better distributed with the G Cloud, mainly because of the fact that the controllers are embedded with it. Something like an OLED Switch, all the weight is all like in the center. So these Joy-Cons feel a little bit uncomfortable over time because of that. That and other design reasons. You might be wondering, why not the Steam Deck then? At least that plays natively with like Steam games, but you can also do like remote play as well. Well, the G Cloud is cheaper, and I never really I didn't know if I really wanted to take what I've already invested in like a whole gaming PC and then just invest it also into like a handheld device that was separate from the machine. I wanted to test out this guy, not just for the video, but also just to see if I'd really be willing to take that plunge with a Steam Deck as well. So video of that might come in later. I spent a couple of days testing on this G Cloud, and I gotta say, it's actually not bad. Now, I do want to point out the fact that I am more of an RPG action adventure with a side of like platforming, like enthusiast. I did put an emphasis on that, but I did test out Doom 2016, Doom Eternal, and Forza Horizon 5. You know, the usual games that get tested out. And the cloud gaming experience was okay. Now listen, it could just be because I'm a really bad FPS player, but my experience with the Doom games wasn't that great. I felt like I could not even like aim that well with the right stick, considering that there was a bit of a latency issue, but I also am pretty bad at aiming just in general, especially if I haven't like touched one like in a while. But Forza Horizon wasn't too bad, although I haven't really been able to test it out like fully with any kind of type of race. It was mainly just me going out and just exploring for a little bit. I will say, with all the tests I did with cloud streaming, it wasn't that bad as far as like the image quality's consistency. I didn't really notice any specific like dips in some of my experiences, maybe just like one game, but otherwise it's been pretty good. In regards to remote play, that just being like connected to like my Xbox console or through Steam Link with my PC, that was actually pretty good. If it weren't for the image quality being as low as it was, it almost felt like you were playing Xbox or like Steam on the actual like device. My Steam library isn't as like large as others, but I think that would also require a little bit more testing too. I would love to try out like some like really strong and demanding games though. I do want to also point out the fact that this guy has like a crazy amount of like battery life, and granted, you're not really playing things natively unless you're like playing an Android game on it, right? I haven't really tested that out yet, but over the course of me like having it these past couple weeks, I've only charged it like I think 3 times, playing games and then just putting it to sleep. Overall impressions, like, it's pretty impressive. So the question is, do I recommend this? Listen, this is coming from someone who has like all these different platforms to just like play games on, and just, you know, I already have the phone to do remote stuff. So not for that type of person, right? But here's the thing, I still see stocks like at my local Best Buy just being sold out. The demographic is out there. That demographic is just not me. I did buy this though. You don't think that there's other people who just bought this just to review it, right? I will say though, if you're buying this for like maybe your kid, it might be a little bit on the expensive side, moreover than say there is the Xbox Series S, which is the $300 price point, which can play native games, and usually Game Pass is included with it, and this isn't, I don't think. And there's also like the Nintendo Switch, which is like a base, like the base Nintendo Switch is $300, and it pretty much functions the exact same way, and also has a dock as well. So it's very interesting where this guy kind of sits in here. Obviously Xbox has this idea of like really pushing like for, you know, remote access and cloud gaming, but otherwise you do have a lot of options out there, whether it be like other platforms like below its regular price range, or, you know, go with something like the Steam Deck, which is more expensive, granted, but it does have native play, which is like the biggest strong point for that one. All right, I guess that's pretty much it. So guys, don't buy this guy. You know, do what you gotta do. I was definitely in it for like the aesthetic and just the curiosity that I had about like where this all fits and all this. But let me know what you guys think about the G Cloud. Are you going to get it after this, or are you still on the fence with it, or are you just absolutely no? Alright, you guys, I appreciate everyone for tuning in. If you guys are willing, highly recommend checking out the other content that we have here on the channel. We are currently releasing the Re-Talking Hearts Conversation So Far podcast. We are also releasing episodes for Avid Adventures featuring Anaya playing through Final Fantasy VII so far. And also on my side, we'll talk about other stuff, like whether it be other different like third-party controllers or sales. Dude, Steam sales are gonna be crazy to cover, but it's gonna be interesting what this channel will evolve to. But hopefully you guys are in it to ride along with us. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. So take care of yourselves, everybody.